pray for Snowball, and pray for Jeffrey, and pray for Merlin, and pray for all the other animals out there, especially the fluffy kind. Also, Jesus, I pray that you send me some things so I can go forth and smite my enemies. Amen.
My son, take these. Go forth and break things.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hello, my fine villains and the lovely villainesses. Today, we're going to be going over the 3 new Galvanized Melee mods. And before anything, help a villain out. Now let's get on into this. So if you don't know where to go for these Galvanized mods, it's in the Arbiters of Hexus on any relay. So all you gotta do is go way over here, up to this guy over here for the arbitration honors. If you have no idea, or if you've seen this in one of the videos up at the top right there, please definitely go take a look at the Steel Path stuff. But you will be going in here. And yes, I made that video before the new update. Let's continue. So you go all the way down here and you see that we have 3 new mods. So you got Galvanized Steel, Galvanized Reflex, and Galvanized Elementalist. Now, if you're wondering, why the hell do I even need any of these? Well, I'm going to tell you, son. A lot of these are probably going to be ending up being a meta game changer, if not adding on to the already existing one. So you got Galvanized Steel, you get 110 crit chance, 2 times for heavy attacks, but on melee kills, which is why you got this, you get 30% crit damage for 20 seconds, stacks up to 4 times, for a grand total of 120, which means either 1, you can get a new mod slot and you don't have to put in Organ Shatter, or you can put whatever you want in there. But honestly, Galvanized Steel is definitely one you will want to get. Number 2, Galvanized Reflex, 50% heavy attack efficiency. And on melee kill, you get 20 initial combo for 20 seconds, stacks up to 4 times, which means that's 80 initial combo. We'll get to why this is really cool later, but I want to finish the rest of this. Galvanized Elementalist is the next one. Yes, you get status damage, which is really cool. And on melee kill, you get 30% status chance for 20 seconds, stacks up to 4 times, which is 120% when you get up to full stacks. Now, why am I making this video? Well, I personally am a huge fan of heavy attack weapons, and if you've seen in the thumbnail, you would see that I have one of the Incarnins. A lot of people absolutely, they saw it, they said, this actually makes it very useful. So the combination of Galvanized Steel and Galvanized Reflex is going to be a game changer. I'm going to get into the actual build. Let's go. Alright, so before we get into the mods and stuff, again, this is an Incarnin weapon. Now, what does that mean? It has all this fun stuff over to the right here. So you got your first thing that gives you the actual thing for it, and I will tell you this much. This one is going to be very good. Now, if you do decide to put impact damage on this thing, just remember that goes from impact into puncture when and only when it goes into its Incarnin form. Alright, just a heads up and I'll let you know. Now, I did from the first evolution put range. You could go for some of the other ones, and they are okay if that is what you really want. If you want more movement speed, fine. Who knows? It goes for you. You want more attack speed? Hey, you know what? If you can kill fast with this thing, it's good. But I went for that +1 to range. Now, the next one, I actually went for Slam Radius. And when you get into the build, you'll see why I went for Slam Radius. But you could also go for each enemy hit by Slam Radius gains 4 combo count. Which this one, for this build, is a no, it's not happening, don't bother. No. If you're going to use it for something else, sure, why not? And then the Adept Reflex 15 initial combo. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this actually changes anything. I don't think it does. That's why I went with Seismic Slam. All right, let's get into the next one. The one I went with was reach 3 times combo and heavy attack to activate incarnate form. Now I will tell you this much, when you get all 4 stacks, you will have more than enough to reach 3 times multiplier, which means literally kill something and then instant incarnate. But let's go over the rest of it. Gain +1 mid-air jumps, which means you can jump 3 times, which is not bad. And then plus 30% combo count chance on finisher for 20 seconds. So if you are doing finishers, this isn't half bad for you, but we're not doing it for finishers. Let's continue. All right. The very last one, impaled enemies are 35% more vulnerable to status chance, is the one I went with because one, we're going to be slamming all the time, and yes, this will impale everything and anything in incarnate form. There's also gain 40% heavy attack efficiency for 20 seconds while impaling 5 or more enemies. This I don't care about, it's tossed, didn't want it anyways. And then enemies suffer 5 puncture status while impaled. Now if you want to change this up, and this will be my exception, you can either go for this one or for this one. If you feel as though you need more crit because you want maybe a little bit more, I would then go with this one because you will be impaling people. So it's a last 25% additional crit chance onto it, but it's additive, so it might be a little bit better, but not by much. That's why I went with this, because we're going to be putting on blast. So let's get into the build itself. Now, as you can see, I do have melee duplicate, and that's because we are going to be using heavy attacks only. I did put seismic wave because we will be doing heavy slam damage. Yes, heavy attack and then slam attack, because that's 14 times. Boom, it's additional onto that. Now I did put killing blow because we are going to be using heavy attacks to get that damage up. Yes, we decided to put blast on there, so melee elementalist is perfect to be putting on here. Now if you don't want that on there, you can always exchange this for the lovely and always interesting, where the hell is it? Organ Shatter. You can if you really want that additional 90%. We do have galvanized steel, so technically we will be getting that and more. That's why I didn't bother putting it on. If you want that extra little bit, totally go for it. No one's gonna blame you for it. Now, if you want to instantly get even more initial combo count, corrupt charge is perfectly fine. Unfortunately, you will have to take out something, so more than likely you'll take out melee elementalist. Boom, there you go. Now we are going to need galvanized reflex because of that initial combo count. This should get you up to 4 to 5 times. And then we have our elements. Now in the future, if they do come up with a blast mod that gets both heat and cold onto one, like they did with the radiation ones, I would then highly suggest taking that, or putting that in, and then putting in corrupt charger. Again, this is a heavy attack build, and on top of that, we put melee duplicate because we are doing nothing but crit chance up in here, and that's why you'll get the really good damage. 2 times attack means 2 times the damage, which means 2 times the fun, which means let's get on into some good old-fashioned beatdown. It's time to slam. Let's go.
One more thing.
Also, I definitely want to tell you guys, this build is to also reflect onto other melee weapons that you may or may not want to put this on. If you don't want to use the regular same old heavy attack build, this lets you kind of diversify where you want to go. Just a reminder, and a heads up, and I'll let you know. Now for some gameplay.
How about a magic trick? Let the heat flow through you.
Oh!